from there, we're going to move on to our stories this week. Trump first Twitter. And, of course, Nash, just leash your goddamn dog. So
I need a leash, man.
So this is the story of two Coopers, not related. This is the other story. This is really a few days before. We had another race story, another race issue. Now, this is not anything similar. This I am more clear cut on, but this is a different kind of perspective. But even talking with Jared and Austin, got new perspectives there too. So I kind of changed my tune on that as well. So
God, you're just blowing tunes.
Yeah, I'm just an indecisive Ivan. I don't know what to tell you.
You're a fickle pickle, dude.
I'm a fickle pickle. So when a black man asked a white woman to leash her dog in an area of Central Park where she was required to do so, she refused, and she ended up calling the police, claiming that an African-American man was threatening her with her life. A viral video of the exchange led to backlash against the woman, who was fired from her job. She also returned her pet to the adoption center after criticism of how she overall cares for the animal. Now, Nash, I'm assuming you saw the video, you saw the story. What do you think?
Yeah, that was dumb. That lady's a dumb lady. Because you should have had your dog, like, chained up in the first place, you know? Or on a leash. Not chained up. That sounds terrible. You should have had your dog on a leash in the first place. And then you're going to, like, try to be racist as hell to this guy who's, like, telling you what you're doing wrong? Like, take a step back, lady, please.
So a little bit of a story. Christian Cooper is a African-American man who is also a bird watcher. I didn't even know those still existed, but the guy likes to watch birds in Central Park.
What, bird watchers?
Yeah, bird watchers. I mean, it's like a whole pandemic, Nash. Who still watches birds?
It's not. I bet it's a great time to go bird watching now.
The only time I watch birds is to know when they're all leaving, because I know I'm all fucked. All right, there's a giant tidal wave coming.
I feel like if you're a man and you reach the age of 50, you're like 30% bird watcher.
I'll call my dad and ask.
He's sitting on his porch right now.
Anyway, he approached.
That's a blue titty right there.
He approached the woman, Amy Cooper, who noticed her dog was running free in the Ramble, which is the area of Central Park, known to over 200 species of birds. Which
damn,
right,
son,
Jesus.
Yo, before we go on, I was watching something. It might have been Animal Planet, and it was like apparently eagles like love the city.
Yeah.
Because it's like the perfect condition. Because, you know, eagles like sit on top of the highest mountain and go, hunt people down.
One more time, what do they do?
And then they just go down and swoop their prey. And you think about it, a city is straight up just like, okay, super low, super high, super low, super high. Yeah. And it's just like perfect for the eagle.
So anyway, Christian told her, ma'am, the dog's in the Ramble. I love how it's called the Ramble. The Ramble. Jesus, that hurt the ears. So he pretty much told her, hey, leash your dog. There's a sign right there that says you have to leash your dog.
Leash your dog, lady.
Leash your dog. And the dog owner was pretty much just like, no. No. She told him that the dog runs her clothes and the dog needed exercise. And here's where things started to turn south. She refused, so Christian pretty much just goes, look, you're going to do what you want to do, but I'm going to do what I want to do, and you might not like it. Now, that was not caught on video, so you do not know how he said it. But according to how he sounds in the video, I'm assuming he said it pretty calm. Allegedly. Because, now, in Amy's defense, she goes, quote, CNN, I don't know what that meant. We're alone in a wooded area. That's absolutely terrifying, right? You know, she's a young woman. You know, any woman would tell you, you know, no matter how it was said, that is a threat. It's not a threat with a lot of weight, but it is still a threat.
No, it's not.
You might not like what I'm going to do.
Okay.
That could mean anything.
Exactly. It doesn't mean it's a threat.
It's a threat.
No, it's not.
That could be taken. Could you see how it's perceived as a threat?
But you could take it anywhere, and it doesn't specifically mention, you know, like him doing something to her. So no, you can't. Bitch, you're doing something illegal in the park. Like, but you got no ground to stand on. He wanted you to leash the damn dog.
Yep. So now we get to the part where Christian starts recording. The woman, Amy goes, sir, I'm asking you to stop recording, please. Recording me. Please don't come closer to me. Christian replies. Then she goes, quote, I'm going to tell them there's an African American man threatening my life. And she's saying she's going to call the police and tell them that an African man is threatening her life. Now, this is where we had our conversation the other day, where this woman is clearly using. That's a threat.
What?
The fact that
she
the fact that
yeah.
she's saying the fact that she's saying I'm going to tell the cops there's an African American man threatening me is more of a threat than him saying
100%. Well, that's straight up. She's saying something that's going to have negative effects for him, and mostly just because he's black. And
that's where she fucked up.
I mean, not having her dog on a leash is where she fucked up.
This is where she really fucked up. This is where the racial criticism comes in, and pretty fairly.
Yeah.
She knows what happens. She watches the news. She donated to Obama's campaign, so she's politically involved.
Did she?
Yeah, it came out that she's a supporter of. She donated to Barack Obama, but doesn't mean she's not racist.
Classic, yeah.
But she understand. Like, she probably saw the news of Ahmaud Arbery or Trayvon Martin or all the stories henceforth.
Yeah.
So when you're saying that, I'm going to tell the cops as an African American here. You know exactly what you're doing. You're pushing buttons.
Yeah.
And
definitely, dude. Bitch.
I'm not gonna lie, at first, that's not something I thought about. That's something that had to be explained from a different perspective to me.
Really?
Yeah.
You're that dumb?
I guess I'm that dumb. Like, okay, it's not the first thing I thought of. Like, being a straight white dude, that's not the first thing I thought of. It struck me as odd that because the way she said it's like an African American. Like, that's literally how she says it in the video, and I was like, oh, you're kind of a dick. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I thought about it, but I didn't really think in deep about it. It's kind of like it kind of is in one out the other.
It's kind of like how in every, like, buddy cop or war movie, there's always, like, the guy that's like, well, you got to bring race into it, man.
Yeah.
It's straight up here if you apply that, like, why the hell do you have to bring race into that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what?
So
not only is he threatening my life, he's black. Like, Jesus, lady.
So Christian, during this part, is just going, please tell them whatever you like. Like, okay, so did you actually watch the video?
I don't think I watched the whole thing.
So, like, they're both kind of being, like, oddly polite. They're saying please and sir and please and madam. It's a really awkward, weird interaction. She begins to back away while on the phone, still pulling her dog along by its collar and trying to break free. So this dog's kind of freaking out, and she's just trying to.
How racist was her dog?
Well, it's not her dog anymore. She goes, quote, I'm in the Ramble, and there's an African American here. He has a bicycle helmet. He is recording me and threatening me and my dog. This woman starts to really break down into tears, and she's freaking out. At this point, it seems to be out of breath, trying to restrain her dog, and she shouts much more. She says, I'm sorry. She says, I can't hear anything clear. I'm being threatened by a man in the Ramble. Please call the cops. Please send the cops immediately. And Christian just goes, thank you. Stops recording and leaves. By the time officers arrived, Christian had left. The NYPD said no complaint or arrests were made, and the police determined the incident was a verbal dispute. In a text on Tuesday, Christian said he would be willing to accept the woman's apology. So that's the whole situation, right? My take on it is this woman's a moron. She did something she shouldn't have done. She knew exactly what she was doing. And Christian was just a dude he was doing a civic duty, saying, "Hey, just leash your dog. I'm trying to watch the birds."
Dude, this man just went to the park so he could watch some goddamn birds fly around from branch to branch.
Next thing you know, he's on CNN being interviewed.
Yeah, and then this bitch walks into the park, just not following the rules of the park, and he's like, yo, just put the goddamn collar on your dog. Here, put the leash on your dog. Like, shit. You're going to spook all these birds. And then she's talking about how he's black. You're black, I'll call the cops. Like, what? Yeah. Whoa there, lady.
Yeah, like it escalated quickly. But here's my thing. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Because he left. If he stayed there, who knows what would have happened, right? But like nothing really happened. And what I want to talk about with the story is not that is she racist or not, because yeah, she did something stupid. Yeah, she did a racist thing.
Definitely racist.
What I want to talk about is how the response to this on social media and everything else in the news media took this situation from a 5 to a 12.
Classic media.
Right? Like,
who got this story? Was it CNN?
I think MSNBC talked to a Christian, CNN talked to Amy.
Of course they did, CNN, you bastard.
Right, so, asked why he was recording her. He says, as far as, quote, I'm not going to participate in my own dehumanization. I'm not going to feed into this, which, good for you. I have no problem with him recording it. Christian did nothing wrong here. We're in an age of Ahmaud Arbery, and where black men are gunned down because of assumptions people make about black men, black people. I'm just not going to participate in that.
Yeah, that's a very fair argument.
Yeah, it's pretty ironclad.
I think in New York, you're not allowed to film people with audio without their permission, right?
No. That's like recording a phone call. They're in a park. They're in a public place. That's completely different.
No, you can't just set up a film though. There.
No, but he's filming on his phone. It's not like get a film crew.
No, but I'm saying I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to film anyone in New York without their permission with audio. That's straight up just recording. But the thing is, she threatened him. So yeah, you can do that.
It wasn't a direct threat. It was like a read between the lines threat.
Definitely, I'm gonna call the cops. Oh well, they use evidence a lot. So let me provide some.
Okay, she did threaten to call the cops. That is fair. All right, I take that back. And then Amy told CNN that, quote, her entire life is being destroyed right now. This is where I sympathize for her because, she got fired from her job. Her employer, the investment... Can you read, Nash, read? I can't see.
Her employer, the investment management company Franklin Templeton, said it decided to terminate her effective immediately. On top of that, Amy faced a slew of criticism for how she treated her dog in the video. Then people started digging into her past and allegedly found other instances of her dog suffering injuries through unrelated incidents. Then, late Monday, the Abandoned Angels Cocker Spaniel Rescue issued a statement saying that Amy had voluntarily surrendered the dog back into its care after adopting it a few years ago. The rescue center also stressed that the dog was safe and in good health. As far as apologies go, Amy told CNN she wanted to publicly apologize to everyone. She told the outlet, "I'm not a racist. I didn't mean to harm that man in any way," and added that she also didn't mean any harm to the African American community. That apology was met with backlash from people like City Councilman Mark Levine. He called her response totally inadequate and said it reflects no acknowledgement that she made a false accusation or that she was attempting to weaponize the race of Mr. Cooper. Okay,
yeah,
she surrendered her dog.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Of course she's sorry. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah. No, literally, this woman lost her job and her dog because, her dog has an Instagram. And, I actually looked at the post when the dog had a few injuries. It sounded like it made it look like it was her fault. Her dog got hurt.
Yeah.
It sounded like pretty completely normal things a dog would do.
What, fall off a...
And I had to read the post. I didn't care that much. We looked that much into them. You know how I feel about dogs.
Yeah. Never bringing a dog around to you.
I love dogs. But, she was so sorry she gave up her dog because people on the internet were making fun, were really harassing her about how she took care of her dog. Now, granted, in the video... she treated that dog like shit. But granted, she was also hysterical for no reason.
That's what hysterical means. That was redundant.
That was redundant? I'm sorry. She also...
that's kind of a sexist term to use, calling a woman hysterical.
She was being hysterical.
Yeah, but that's, sexist.
No, sexist is saying she was being hysterical like a woman.
Well, no, that's where this term hysteria, that's how it was used, is on women, to describe women when they get...
Men can be hysterical.
Yeah, I know.
They're hilarious. You know how funny comedians are?
I quit. I'm done.
Have you seen Louis C.K. stand up? He's hysterical.
Oh my god. Okay.
But anyway, back on track. So after that first apology wasn't good enough, she issued another one to NBC saying, quote, I sincerely and humbly apologize to everyone, especially to that man, his family. It was unacceptable, and I humbly and fully apologize to everyone who's seen the video, everyone that's been offended, everyone who thinks of me in a lower light, and I understand why they do. Quote, when I think about the police, I'm such a blessed person. I've come to realize especially today and think of the police, of a protection agency. And unfortunately, this has caused me to realize that there are so many people in this country that don't have that luxury. Is that good or fucking enough of an apology, Nash? Is that good enough?
Nah, fuck it. She should have to walk the rest of her life without shoes. that I'll accept.
And here's the cherry on top. When Christian asked if he accepts the apology, he said, if it's genuine and if she plans on keeping her dog on a leash in the Ramble going forward, then we have no issues with each other.
Boom!
So, though Christian might be willing to move forward, plenty of people online have continued to go after Amy and is not satisfied with the repercussions she has faced so far. Now, here's my question to you, Nash.
I love it. Drop it on me.
Can you be more offended than the victim?
Yeah, you can, but if you are, you need to check yourself.
Right? That's what I mean. Like, Christian Cooper is the fucking badass of the week. Yeah. All right? He's just like, listen, this woman did something stupid. She did something racist. I'm not going to hold me down. Don't ruin this woman's life. Like, listen, she apologized. I accept her apology. Lay off. And everyone's like, no, not good enough.
We should do a badass of the week. He'll be the first one.
Yeah, he's the badass of the week. He's the MVP of the week, dude. Christian Cooper for being the bigger man. Literally.
He was the only man.
He was the only man. The dog might have been a male.
Check the gender on that dog.
Check under its skirt.
Whatever that dog agency that's name was like 50 fucking words, we're going to need the gender of that dog. It might get an award.
Right, but...
From us.
Listen. Did she do something racist? Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that bad? Yeah, it is. It's
yeah.
pretty shitty. But listen, like, I feel like situations like this, maybe not to that extent, but they happen. You know, this is like an stuff that happens in life. It's still shitty. It's not acceptable, but it's not. It's like it's not third degree racism.
Yeah, she voted for Obama. I mean,
I'm not saying that either. But I mean, does this woman deserve to have her life ruined over this? No.
Well, no, I think what I said about the Obama thing, that's kind of the issue. Because it's like there's this big thing people do with their identity when it's like, I'm part of this group, therefore I am. Mm-hmm. And it's not like, maybe you're not. Like a lot of people who are Democrats, a lot of Democrats that I've known have said some really racist shit. And like, I'm like, well, isn't your whole thing like you don't do that? And if you're going to comment about Republicans being racist, then how are you being racist right now? Mm-hmm. It's like, just because you did that, just because you voted for Obama doesn't mean you're not racist.
Right.
And it's just like, I think that's the mentality she had. She understood this thing as like, I'm, so-and-so, I'm part of this group, therefore I cannot be racist. But it's like, clearly she was, because she instinctively said, I'm going to tell the police there's a black guy coming after me.
Yeah, she used her power, she used her privilege, and took advantage of a situation. 100%.
So that just means genuinely right off the bat, she hasn't really thought about racism. She hasn't.
Right. But does that mean she deserves to lose her dog and her job? That she's being harassed like this by a bunch of people across the country?
Definitely not that.
Where literally the guy she offended was like, nah, it's cool.
The job thing I see is just a PR effect because it's online. Yep. Which I'm sorry about that. It's kind of shitty. The dog thing, I feel like it would hurt the most.
Yeah. Like, I don't, this is going to be a bold statement, but I feel like the people harassing this woman is almost, I'm not going to say worse, almost worse than the original act itself.
Yeah, probably.
It's not equal. It's not worse.
Yeah.
But, like, you're being a bad guy, too.
Well, dude, this is how I see the internet. So, you know how, like, when Twitter and Facebook and all that shit was first getting started, I'm cursing a lot. I'm sorry, guys, this week. When that was all starting, like the trollers, right?
Yeah.
People that would just like...
One of them became president.
Yeah, they had funny names.
Thanks, Obama.
They had funny names, and they would just like make fun of celebrities because they're fat or something.
Sleepy Taco. That was a great one.
God damn. Anyway, but like what I'm talking about, and they were just being assholes to be assholes. I think they switched, man. I think they've now picked up this perfect reputation because of this sort of like woke status.
They go, look, you are an asshole, so I get to be an asshole to you. It's only fair.
Exactly.
And I'm doing it because I have the right side on my side. I am shutting down racism by bullying you.
It's the same thing, except it's the same thing. It straight up is the exact same thing. They're just claiming to be woke, which anybody who claims that definitely isn't.
Yeah, you had something to hide. I mean, like in this story, before we move on, everyone's wrong. Everybody is wrong except Christian Cooper.
Yeah, Christian didn't do a damn thing.
He is.
She just fucked up his Saturday, dude.
Yeah, dude, you just fucked up his Saturday.
That was the thing. She could have fucked up 2 hours of his day. If nothing had come out of this.
Yeah.
But then she fucked up his Saturday, and then the press was hounding him on Sunday and Monday, and it's she fucked up his weekend.
Yeah, I mean, people apologizing to Christian Cooper, saying I'm sorry this happened to you, all that stuff, trying to get the social brownie points there. It's listen, nothing happened to him.
Yeah,
he got inconvenienced for a few hours. Granted, it was still racist. Doesn't make it right.
Yeah, no, I'm glad she had.
It could have been a whole lot worse.
It definitely could have. But it's, she gets her whole life wrecked. And the end of the day is maybe this has forced her to think about racism and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it's you don't need to have someone, go through. You don't need to destroy someone's entire life for them to think about racism.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's kind of that. Isn't that the result we all want?
Yeah.
So if you're on the internet being a dick, you're a dick.
You're a dick. Just because someone does something racist in the moment doesn't mean they're a racist at heart.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to speak to that.
Just reverse it. Just because you don't do something that's not racist doesn't mean you're not a racist at heart.
I mean, but that's one instance,
Yeah, I'm talking in this specific instance.
But it's at heart. It's the at heart part that really messes with me.
Well, yeah, that's fair. I'll put it this way, right? Okay, these people, the internet dug into this woman's past, right? See if they beat up her dog. I didn't see any other instances of she being racist. I just found one where she donated to Obama, which isn't very racist at all.
Nah, it's racist. What if she voted for him just because he was black? That's racist. Not saying she did. I don't know. I don't know all that.
That was interesting. That was an interesting thing, right? Back in 2008 when Obama was first running, if someone said I'm voting for Obama because he's black, that's not racist. If a black person said that. But if a white person said I'm voting for McCain because he's white, racist.
I mean, it's different, but yeah, I see what you're getting at.
Yeah,
they're both based on race. Yeah,
the principle's the same, but the meaning behind it's very different.
Yeah, you're making a judgment based on race.
Yeah. It's only
rather than fact.
It's a technicality. It's fuck you. You're right, but fuck you.
Yeah.